the Chiefs' defense is carrying the day. Consider this: third in scoring defense in the league, allowing 16.5 points per game. Fourth in total defense, 290 yards allowed per game. Only opponent this year or only team this year, to hold every opponent under 24 points. That's the Chiefs. And Devin, without that defense this year, the Chiefs would be one of those teams that we're like, they're 5-6. When are they going to wake up? Are they not even going to make the playoffs? They've hosted the AFC Championship game every year since 2018. They would not even be in that conversation without that defense this year.
Yeah, and I think Chris Jones said it too. Like, you want to be talked about as like this top defense, but overall, he's like, I kind of want to be talked about for both. I want to have a really good offense and a really good defense. But they know it feels good for when the Kansas City Chiefs come up, that the first thing guys talk about is this defense and how they're flying around, how they're top 5 in every category. Like, that is the amazing feeling, especially when you play with like one of those generational quarterbacks. You want people to say like, yeah, the quarterback is good, the offense, they go score. But this defense, man, they're what holds the team down. And it's fun to see for Kansas City because for so many years, it's just been about Mahomes and Kelce and scoring points. But when you're not letting teams score points, it makes it a lot easier to win.
As a guy who faced the Chiefs, this quarterback, what do you see when you look at this year's offense in Kansas City versus the past years when it seemed to be clicking a lot more effectively?
Yeah, I think one of the things that sticks out to me is how many times when Mahomes drops back, like the ball's not gone when he hits that back foot, or it's one hitch and the ball's gone. It's just so many plays turn into him kind of buying time, scrambling around, which was awesome when they had a lot of guys that had played with him for a while, the Kelces, the Tyreek Hills, or the veterans like Juju Smith-Schuster. But I think now for this offense, I think it has to evolve to more of Mahomes getting the ball out on time, kind of telling guys like, hey, I want you to run this route this way, and the ball's going to be on you. Because I think they have those kind of guys. You look at Watson's a guy that he can be reliable, consistent to get open and catch the ball in areas. Rashee Rice has great speed, can run different routes. But I think the more you're asking these guys to kind of be in the same wavelength and mindset of Mahomes and what he's thinking, you see that only show up with Kelce, and now teams are focused on taking Kelce away. It's made it harder. But as a former Rutgers guy, a Rutgers alum, I say, let's just keep feeding Isiah Pacheco, keep giving Pacheco the ball, let him be the kind of bell cow on this offense and kind of go from around him, then get Kelce involved, then get the receivers involved, get Sky more on a crossing route or a deep pattern. So more Pacheco, I think, will help this Kansas City offense.
We only got a minute or so left in this segment, Devin, but give me your assessment right now on where you think Jordan Love is. Up or down, pass, fail, to be determined is the big picture, but what are you seeing from him, good, bad, or otherwise so far?
I would give him a passing grade, and strictly because in this league, sometimes we expect guys to come in and always hit the ground running, but he hasn't had a ton of reps that were kind of consecutive. He hasn't had times in his career where it's like game after game after game he gets to build. And this season's the first season where he's got an opportunity to do that. And you're seeing it. It's improvement each week. It was some ups, then it was some downs. And now you're seeing him kind of progress through that, coming up with key plays. And then he has what all quarterbacks want. He has a host of weapons he can use. And you're starting to see him get to those weapons and use them. And this is all without Aaron Jones, a guy that we all thought they would count on with A.J. Dillon and build around. They've kind of had to rely on Jordan Love making play after play and then getting the running game involved. So I would definitely give him a passing grade going forward.
Especially when you factor in all the pressure that's on him, stepping in for Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me? The first-round pick they traded up to get, the guy who eventually will supplant Rodgers, now go out and do it. Give him a little time to get to the point where we see what his ceiling might be. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.